Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon. Welcome to your Divine Masculine Weekly Forecast. So today's theme is why are you in separation? And because I do tend to channel for those that are experiencing either a separation or challenge in their connection, I just felt like we should really dive into why you are still in separation. So please just take what resonates for you at the end of the day and get rid of anything that doesn't. So the decks I'll be using here are actually all created by myself and will be listed down below. So let's dive right into the messages, you guys. We're going to take a look and see what is your Divine Masculine's general energy and circumstances at this time. So basically what's going on in the Divine Masculine's world. This deck right here is called the Winter Wonderland Oracle. Let's see, what do we need to know and understand about the Divine Masculine's general energy and what's going on in his circumstances? Let's take a look at this energy here. Let's take a look at the mental energy. So what's going on with the masculine's thoughts just in general? Where's his mindset? Maybe what is he focused on or concentrating on at this time? Ooh, we do have the nativity. So this is signs from above. I really like this because what this is telling me is that this particular Divine Masculine is starting to see some sort of signs from spirit, maybe becoming a little bit more open to his, spiritual guidance, spirit guides, his higher power, etc. Kind of seeing some sort of synchronicities in his life, things that are lining up that make sense to him. I feel like it's just kind of seeing the bigger picture when it comes to life, pretty much. So that's really beautiful. I like to see that. Signs from above that are leading this Divine Masculine. Things that are lining up. Okay, so this is my Diviner's Oracle. Let's go ahead and see what else is going on for the Masculine's mindset. So I feel like he's seeing things and it's causing him to really reflect and go into deep thought and perhaps analyze what it is that he's seeing and why he's seeing certain things, why there's certain synchronicities and what it means for his life. All right, so let's see what else. Ooh, we have the ship. So this is about travel and new adventures and maybe perhaps moving forward from where he is currently at. So if this Divine Masculine right now is not happy, bored, feeling stagnant, I feel like he is receiving signs from the universe that are telling him that it's time to venture forward. It's time to carry on. So that's very cool for someone that might feel a little stuck at this time. We're going to go into my Divine Masculine Tarot and Ascension Journey and see what else is going on here. What is this all about? What is this energy here? Oh, wow, okay. Well, this one wanted to fly out. We have 10 of Pentacles. You feel like home to me. So yes, Divine Feminine, even though we're not specifically asking about how this masculine is thinking about you, it does seem to be coming through with this 10 of Pentacles. Now, 10 of Pentacles is about building your empire, kind of like where you want to end up in life. It's your big goal, basically. And I feel like the masculine is definitely getting signs on how to get there, how to build his empire, or what the kind of end of his life looks like, or where he wants to end up, perhaps. But if this has something to do with you, it may be that he's getting signs about your connection that are causing him to want to travel towards you and make a move towards you and claim you because you feel like home to him. So that's really interesting energy. So let's go ahead and see what's going on and the emotions of this masculine. What are the emotions at this time for this masculine? Okay, we have refreshing perspective. And I like this because whatever it is that he's seeing, whatever signs he's receiving, whatever is coming to him and it's causing him to go into that introspective mode and think, it's giving him a nice fresh perspective on his feelings. So something is being refreshed. He's gaining a new perspective on how he feels. And I just feel that when we, it's like the Hanged Man, when we can take the time to kind of see things from a new perspective, we feel differently towards life. We feel even differently towards other people. We just feel differently than we did before. So I feel like there's a shift here in the masculine's heart space that's coming through. All right, let's see what else. What else? Ooh, I like that. It's maturity. That's fantastic. Tree. So this is really stable, grounded energy on the heart space, okay? It might even be that this masculine has either gone through some sort of a like a health scare, or somebody close to him, like a family member, has either gone through something, is currently going through something, or literally just he's lost someone in his family circle. And what this does is it actually creates a refreshing perspective. Like you kind of start looking at life in a whole new way, realizing that life is it's not forever. We're definitely mortal. We're not immortal here. So I feel like something has happened here that's really maybe even shaken up this masculine's foundation and really caused him to start looking at life in a whole new way and looking at the long term. Where do I want to be in the long run? It's kind of like when we're younger, we live our lives in the moment, but as we age, we realize that, time isn't forever, but when we slow down, there's so many things that become more important than when you were a kid. So I feel like something is definitely maturing in this masculine's heart with what's important to him and where he wants to end up and perhaps who he wants to end up with. So this may have something to do with you, feminine. Let's see what else. Oh, 7 of Wands. You are worth the fight. I'm getting 2 messages here. Yes, I do feel like this has something to do with the feminine. Like you are worth it. You're worth trying harder for. You're worth fighting for, which is what that's telling us here. You're worth maturing or becoming the healthiest version of myself. You're worth it. Our connection is worth it. You're my driving force. You're my inspiration. But then I feel like what this is, it's also about the divine masculine's self-worth on his own. Kind of like, I'm worth the fight, I'm worth more than maybe what I'm settling for when it comes to a crappy relationship that he could possibly be in, or just not treating himself very well, not valuing himself when it comes to work or what he's doing for a living. So I feel like there's something here where he's kind of taken a step back, hitting that reset button and really wanting to work harder towards his goals, really fight to have that dream life or whatever it is that he feels is going to be his ultimate happiness. So that's amazing. So let's take a look at the energy of the outer world, his environment, his circumstances. What's going on when it comes to his environment? What's going on around him? Perhaps this is other people or the influences of the outside world. Ooh, we have an admirer. Okay, so it could be that there's somebody that is in the masculine's, social circle that is admiring him, that wants to give him something. Doesn't necessarily have to be someone that is romantically interested, even though usually if you're interested in someone, you keep it a secret because maybe you don't want them to know that you like them or, something like that. So it could be something of that nature. So let's see what else is coming through. This could even be you, feminine. Maybe you're the one that's admiring this masculine, right? And so you're coming up in his environment. But we do have wealthy man. So it could be that there's somebody in the masculine's like either in his workspace, or it could be that there's someone that really admires this masculine and sees his worth, right? And maybe it's kind of like you're worth the investment. So that's kind of coming through too. So there could be someone that really admires the masculine's skill set, what he has to offer, really feels like if he had just had the right opportunity, then he could really go far. So I feel like there's maybe somebody around him that's older, wise, sophisticated, actually has some sort of wealth or connections to be able to push this masculine towards his great success. So maybe an investor is what I'm getting actually, rather than the admirer. Let's see. This might be somebody that he doesn't know yet. This might be somebody who he's destined to cross paths with, and this has something to do with how he will return back into your life eventually one day. So now we have temperance energy, you guys. Temperance is Sagittarius energy, but this is about a masculine that has had to go off in order to temper his own energy, in order to restore something within himself, to maybe realize his own worth, whatever that is. And so it might be a kind of a secret as far as how it's all going to come back around, how he, when that will happen, if it will happen. I feel like there's this mystery energy with this admirer. I feel like there's other people in this masculine's life because we have an admirer as well as another person. So there are other key players in this masculine's pathway to ascension. And I feel like that's playing out right now. So there's something of great value with this wealthy energy here, something of great value. it's like a return on an investment. The investment that you have in this connection and your masculine, feminine, I feel like this is a return of that investment. I will return to you someday, which is you feel like home to me. So this is about somebody coming back home eventually. Now, we're not waiting around for that and putting our lives on hold. No. But this is just how it's coming through right now. So that looks like there's some good things that are happening actually for this masculine in order to restore or kind of bring him back into balance within himself. So this is about allowing the life and the experiences that he's supposed to have continue, and trying to also, remain on your own track and doing what you have to do on your own as well. So now we're going to take a look and see what is the soul energy here. So what is the soul energy of this masculine? Current soul energy, soul vibe. What's going on deep down? Okay, so we have the Nutcracker breakthroughs, and I really like to see that because there is some sort of a breakthrough. We already know that there's a breakthrough when it comes to the signs that he's receiving and how he's feeling on an emotional level. So this just kind of takes it to the next step. There is some sort of a breakthrough on a soul level. Something is happening for ascension purposes. Healing, temperance, that's beautiful. Reconciling the differences within. And we have sudden wealth. So there's something about wealth here. It may be that in the masculine's material world, this is somebody's dream job. This is something that's really paying off. We put a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears into something, and now all of a sudden we're starting to see the payoff. So this is happening for this masculine at this time. And what it's doing is it's shifting something on a soul level. So the vibration is actually being raised through this experience of wealth, through this experience of success, or somebody giving him an opportunity to do what he wants to do, to live some sort of dream. That's amazing. All right, let's get one more. Okay, we have Nine of Wands, afraid to let you in. So that could be one of the things that's still kind of in the temperate phase. So the Ten of Wands is the next card after this, which means we're ready to drop this burden. We're ready to drop this fear. We're ready to drop like whatever's holding us back in life. So kind of feel like on a soul level, this is where the masculine is probably at, Nine of Wands. He's still afraid to completely let someone into his heart space. And that's you, Divine Feminine. It might be that he's got some sort of other work to do on himself, feeling worthy. And it may be through the material world that this is where he will gain that self-worth and satisfaction with himself, to where he can feel worthy to basically, let his guard down and let you in. So I kind of feel like he's a tough nut to crack, but this might be kind of like this last step before he actually does let you completely into his life and into his heart. Okay. So that seems to be what's happening for this masculine, just in a general sense at this time. So why don't we see what is the core reason for your separation with each other? Okay. What is the core reason of your separation with each other right now? What's the deal? What's at the root of it? All right, this is my Mystical Encounters Oracle. What's at the root of this separation with each other? Okay, we do have fallen angels, solemn and sorrow. So that's kind of cool because we've got the temperance, which doesn't show it on that deck that I just went into, but it usually shows an angel, fallen angel. So this to me is that spirit can only help us, like spirit can guide, spirit can show us signs. But the thing is, it's kind of like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink kind of thing. And I feel like this angel, not that this angel is failing. It just means that this angel can only do so much. Spirit can only do so much. And so if we decide to kind of stay in this energy of sadness, sorrow, gloom, not being able to move forward, just continuously being afraid to let other people in, then you know what? Life is going to be tough. We're not going to have all the experiences that we're meant to have. So I feel like what's going on here is that someone has kind of fallen down. They're having a difficult time picking themselves back up. And I do feel like this could be the feminine as well as the masculine. The masculine could feel like maybe he has lost everything financially. And so until he builds himself back up, until he feels like he's doing really well, it may be that he's going to be in that solemn state. Feminine, you might also feel like, you're focusing on perhaps being sad because this masculine is not embracing you, is not letting you in. And so that could be like you're kind of falling short in your own life because you don't know how to provide your own happiness, or you don't know how to continue to move forward without him at this time. I'm not saying that that's exactly what all feminines are going through. I'm just putting that out there as a possible example as to why this could be coming through. So it looks to me like until we pick ourselves back up, until the masculine picks himself up, and until the feminine, you also rise and pick yourself up, and you guys are both rising at the same time. It seems to me like this is one of the core reasons for this continued separation. Okay. So it's some sort of a lesson with empowerment, picking yourself up off the floor and continuing to live your life, rise and thrive. This is my twin flame journey shadows. Let's see what else. What else is at the core of the separation? We avoid. Yeah. So this to me, you guys, is this feeling of not knowing, not having any answers, not understanding. And sometimes that particular phase in anyone's life can be very frustrating. We can give up. We can say, oh, this is just too hard. I would rather do something or be involved with something that's predictable. And I think that that's good, because the only thing that you can really rely on, you guys, is yourself. When you're too focused on another person to do certain things, because if they do this or do that, then you'll be happy. We're going to fall short every time. We're going to fall basically every time if we put our expectations onto another person. So I feel like in this void where we're blank, we don't know what's happening here, we feel like we've been left behind, we feel abandoned, etc. This can become a shadow that takes us down to where we're just sitting there and we're not doing anything. We're not living our lives. We're not able to basically move forward in a positive way. So while we're in this void, the best thing to do is to try to pick yourself up as best as you can and continue to focus on things that build you up, that cause you to feel confident and happy and successful. So this is what Spirit is saying. The core reason, in a way, is to be brought down to your like spiritual knees and be humbled, but also to see that there's more to living and there's more to life than just this connection, that there's work still to do on ourselves, as well as a difference to be made in the world without our counterpart at this time. So we can fall into this void. It's like a dark hole. We can fall into this darkness, or we can just kind of stay on the surface of that shadow and not get sucked into it. We can recognize it, but we can build ourselves up from it. We can resurrect ourselves. Okay, so this right here, oh, I love this. This right here is my Lurking in the Shadows tarot. Remember, we have this is the 10 of Fangs. This is the 10 of Swords. So remember, we had that 9, and then now we have the 10. I feel like that's significant. This is kind of where the journey is at. Until we burn ourselves out, until we get to the point where, because the 10 of Swords means we're on the floor with swords in our back. We feel like we can't get up. We've fallen down and we feel like we cannot get back up. Until we burn ourselves out or drain ourselves completely, kind of hit rock bottom, then we're not going to be able to bounce back. So some of you guys, it could be that the reason for the separation is for you to basically have hit rock bottom. This goes for the masculine as well. To just get so burned out on this energy of feeling confused, not living your life, focusing on all the sadness, all the pain. It is important, yes, to recognize our pain, to face our shadow, right? But to get stuck in there, that's not going to serve anybody. So at some point, we do have to pick ourselves up, and that's what Spirit's trying to tell us here with this reading, is that if we can learn this, not to focus so much on all the darkness and all the pain and not make that our story and carry it with us as this constant reminder of all of this pain. You know, it's like Phoenix rising from the ashes. There needs to be a rebirth from all of this sorrow. There needs to be a rebirth from all of this energy and everything that's happened here. So if we're continuously either avoiding the pain, we don't want to deal with it, we don't want to accept it, we don't want to go through that dark night of the soul and do that shadow work, then we're going to continuously kind of burn bridges with other people. We're going to continue to have problems in our lives. So it's like until we really hit rock bottom, we can't really change. And that is what Spirit is saying is the biggest reason for the separation currently, is for people to hit rock bottom. And you may have already hit your rock bottom, feminine, so this may be something that the masculine is, still kind of doing. But there's a building yourself back up after you fall type of energy. And we have the yellow fairy. This is fantastic because the yellow energy to me is the solar plexus chakra. And the solar plexus chakra is life, you guys. I mean, if that chakra is blocked, we're not feeling confident, we're not feeling empowered, we're not feeling like we have a purpose in this life, we're just feeling crummy, we're feeling like crap, and that's just no way to be. So this is about after the fall, we're still believing, we still know that there's hope. We can still take this crappy situation and derive something positive. We can make that pain matter in the very end, and that's what I feel like the lesson needs to be. This is how we're going to get out of this stage. We also have unstable, because guess what, you guys, when you're dealing with another person, especially if you're putting your hopes and your dreams onto another person, it's going to be unstable. Why? Because other people have work to do. Other people are only human. Other people have insecurities and flaws and shadows. And sometimes we can't predict where they're at in their cycle. You know, can you really ever truly trust another human being? I think it's rare. Okay. I think it's rare. Everybody has shadow. Just when you think that something could never happen, it's amazing. It's like it happens and you're like, holy crap. It's like a tower moment. You can't believe it. Your expectations are just blown to smithereens. So anybody that we put 100% of our hope and dream into, it's going to be faulty. You know, it can get wobbly. The only thing that we can do, I mean, think about it, you guys, when you have a goal, let's just say you're wanting to eat right and you're wanting to exercise, right? And some people can be disciplined and go all the way and never skip a day and never eat like crap or anything. Like, I'm sure it exists. Okay. But the majority of us, come on, let's give me a break. We may set out to, yeah, you know what, I'm going to be on this strict diet and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then you have a day and you're just like, I just don't feel it. You know what I mean? So of course, you know, you put all of that expectation on yourself, you put all of that dedication and time and discipline into yourself. Even yourself, you will probably falter and let yourself down here and there. So why wouldn't another person do it? You know, again, at the end of the day, we're only human. So I feel like the lesson here with this yellow fairy is that the core reason for the separation is to realize that, you know, the only person that you can really rely on is yourself. But then the thing is sometimes we can't even rely on ourselves either. The point is realizing that humans are humans and people are emotional beings, and things are going to shift and things are going to change. So it's nothing lasts forever, basically. So when we kind of get to that nice phase where it's kind of stabilized, that feeling, stabilized the extreme high and the extreme low of emotions, when we can stabilize, we're going to have a much happier and a much more peaceful experience, period. So the extreme highs and extreme lows has got to go. And this is also a part of this kind of tower energy I'm seeing. And I love it because this gives us a chance to hit the reset button with the Fool. The Fool is ruled by the planet Uranus, and that is the planet of freedom. Freedom from restriction, being liberated, not holding on too tightly to anything in life. This is about having loose expectations. You can still count on people, you can still connect with people, but not to an unhealthy state to where you're relying on them for your 100% ultimate happiness. So this is another reason why we're having this maybe meltdown, or we've experienced this major dark night of the soul, or the 10 of Swords, the pain of the 10 of Swords. It feels like death. It really does. It feels like a freaking death. The reason that you guys have gone through something so traumatic is for purposes of healing and to strengthen your foundation, because it was faulty, wobbly, and shaky to begin with. So anything that's unstable's got to go. And loving someone coming from an unstable state is only going to make you more unstable in life. So there needs to be this rite of passage through all of this darkness. And the only way that we can get to that light is through the darkness. So the reason for the separation is absolutely a death and rebirth here, for sure. All right, let's get one more set. Oh my gosh, we have signs and symbols coming through again. That's kind of interesting, right? And that already came up with the masculine. So I feel like there will be signs along the way in your connection that basically tell you, like, your connection with each other is a sign, and it's a symbol of where you're healing and where you're not, like where you're not healed, where you still have issues, where you still need to do some work. So you guys are going to be obviously inspirations of sources of, I feel, dark and light on your journeys as you guys stabilize your energy. When you don't feel so emotionally dependent or feel so much sorrow and sadness, maybe even hate, things like that towards your person, you will start to stabilize yourself. And when you stabilize yourself, I feel like this connection also stabilizes as well. So the stronger that you guys become on your own, the stronger you guys become just as people for each other. That's what I'm seeing with that. We have the sellout, betray, rat, disloyal. Okay, so this is interesting. This tells me here that what you guys are probably going to do on your journeys is it maybe that you sell out. You sell out to yourself. You betray yourself. You say yes when you want to say no. You don't speak up when you should. You don't tell someone that you don't speak up. And or you go and you decide, hey, you know what? I really want to make it to the top. I really want to do this. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to be a rat, basically, and go behind people's back and live the life that I want to live because, I just want to feel good in the moment, and I'm going to end up hurting other people in the process. But of course, when you're in this sellout mentality, you don't care. You do what you want to do because you feel entitled, or you don't want to look at, you don't want to be, you don't want to act within that integrity. You just kind of want to lean more into the devil shadow side of yourself. Well, there's consequences. There's karma. There are all kinds of things that will happen in your life through consequences that'll help to basically for you to see where maybe you could have done things differently. And I feel like on your guys' journeys, this is coming up as a key reminder through karma, karmic consequences, karmic partners, lessons. All of this is here as a symbol to get you on that straighter and more narrower path where you're kind of in the gray. It's not about all love and light or shadow and darkness. It's about being gray. Where's that gray area in your life where you're aware of the fact that you have these thoughts, but you're not necessarily acting on those thoughts? So you're aware of your shadow, but you also are choosing not to lean into that shadow. That to me is gray. And that right there is nice and balanced. It's a nice and balanced way to be in life. When you're too busy being in this love and light la la land, which is beautiful and it can work in certain ways, you're unaware of the darkness either within yourself. So when you fall, you're going to fall hard. You're going to pretty much drive yourself crazy and abandon anything that is just, I'm not even going to go into that example, but you're going to do certain things that are extreme, that are going to create more just instability in your life, or you're going to end up with people that you don't really love or care about, or doing something that you don't even love and care about. So it's definitely, the sellout energy is a tough one. And I think we've all done it to a degree, and some may have done it even more to a tougher or a higher degree than other people. So I feel like spirit will use certain circumstances and certain people in your lives in order to show you where you're selling out, where you sold yourself short, where you need to empower yourself. And I feel, feminines, that if you experienced anything like this, what this is telling you is you're evolving and rising and saying to yourself, I will never sell myself out. I will never do that again. So you've already learned this lesson, which is beautiful. And this masculine may have been a part of that, okay? So you're only strengthening your characters through the stuff that you guys are experiencing in your separation. So this is the core reason for it. And then we have the Judgment. Holy smokes, this is a very powerful card. This is ruled by Pluto. death and transformation, you guys. I'm telling you, this is the core of your separation. It is for death and transformation purposes. It is to reawaken you. Wherever you were sleeping, whatever was dormant, whatever traumas you just weren't dealing with, or maybe you weren't even aware of, have come up through this freaking connection to wake your ass up. Judgment's also karma. So wherever you're not straight in life, wherever you're just still selling out and not getting your needs met and putting your needs on the back burner, or not speaking your truth and not living an authentic life, guess what? There are plenty of things in your life that are going to continuously point to the fact that you need to stop this behavior and that you need to live an authentic life. So this is for both you and the masculine, and it's also something that you guys will represent to each other, where you guys are still coming up short in your own lives. Wow, so very intense so far. That's what we have. So we're going to shift over onto the extended. If you guys would like to join me over there, I'll put that link in the description box. But this is what we're going to go into. Something that the separation is triggering right now within your divine masculine, as well as what your divine masculine assumes that you think about him right now and feel towards him right now, divine feminine, and words and thoughts that represent your masculine's deepest feelings and what they want with you moving forward. So I'll put that in the description box. Hopefully I'll see you guys over there, and thanks for watching. You guys take care. Bye-bye.